August 15, 1945. Japan has just announced its surrender. The war is over. But one man is still sitting in his cockpit, starting his engine, alone, preparing for a mission that no longer means anything to anyone but him. This is the story of the last kamikaze pilot in history, a man who flew to die, even after the war had already ended. In the final months of World War II, Japan was falling apart. Its navy was in ruins. Its resources were nearly gone. And out of that desperation came one of the most haunting strategies in military history, the kamikaze. Young pilots, barely out of their teens, were trained to crash their planes directly into enemy ships, to give their lives, on purpose, for a cause that was already slipping away. It wasn't just a tactic. It became a culture. Boys writing final letters to their mothers, the night before they knew they would die. One of the men who sent so many of them to their deaths was Vice Admiral Matome Ugaki. He wasn't just a commander. He was the architect behind hundreds of these missions. On the morning of August 15th, Emperor Hirohito's voice came through the radio. The entire nation listened in silence. Japan was surrendering. For most people, it was heartbreak. But for Ugaki, it was something heavier. Shame. He had sent hundreds of young men to die. And now, even that sacrifice had ended in defeat. That same evening, Ugaki made his final decision. He tore the rank insignia off his uniform. No orders. No commands from above. This was his choice, and his alone. Then he asked his men, who would fly with him, one last time. 11 planes were prepared. And according to some accounts, one young pilot hid himself inside a plane, just so he wouldn't be left behind. At around 7 in the evening, the planes lifted off, heading toward Okinawa, where American forces were stationed. This wasn't a military order. It wasn't sanctioned by anyone. It was the final, personal act of a defeated man who couldn't accept the ending he'd been given. A short time later, one last radio message came through. The mission was in trouble. They hadn't reached the target. And then, silence. The planes never returned. No confirmed wreckage. No damaged American ship to mark what happened. Nothing. A war that had already ended that morning, claimed one more sacrifice, that same night. This isn't just the story of one pilot. It's a question. Why do people keep fighting, even after the fight is already lost? For Ugaki, maybe it was honor. For some, it might have looked like stubbornness. And for the rest of us, looking back, it's simply a tragedy. The final, pointless breath of a war that was already gone. So as you sit here, safe, hearing this story decades later, maybe ask yourself the same thing. What are you still holding on to? That may have already ended a long time ago,